What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode on the channel. Today we're going to be diving into the brand new Among Us app that has been teased to be released in early 2021. Now, this map has tons of Easter eggs and lots of new tasks, and we're definitely going to be streaming this map when it comes out. So go ahead, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, notification bell turned on, and as always, we're going to get right into it. First things first, so I'm going to show you guys the actual teaser that we got yesterday, and then from there I'm going to break down all the different things within that teaser. So let's get on into it.
Welcome, recruit. Get yourself acquainted with the layout of the top-hat airship. Enough slacking, go do your tasks. You may need to take a ladder to get to certain areas, or maybe just take a nice shortcut. Quit grouping up. Choose a room to start in after a meeting. Someone keeps trying to sabotage us. Stop their plan. Keep your eyes peeled. We definitely have an impostor here.
Okay, so very quickly right off the bat, there is nothing really in the first 10-15 seconds of it besides showing us the ship, but as soon as the ship kind of disappears and it shows us the teaser text, that's when we get our first look at inside the ship. Alright, so right off the bat, this seems to be the exact same room that the Among Us Twitter account teased earlier. And as I'm looking at this just straight up, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 tasks within this one room alone. I also tend to think that this is the cockpit that we see later on when you have all the tasks open. It says cockpit stabilized steering. So I'd say that's pretty good confirmation that this is the cockpit that we're looking at right here. There's also a vent, and I noticed there's some stairs too, so it's a big ship, but there's a lot going on just in this one room alone. All right, moving on, we have the vault, highlighted by the giant ruby in the middle of it. Now, there will be a task where you have to clean the ruby, that we know for sure. And at the very bottom left side, we do see that there is another task. Now, I'm not sure if these stairways lead to tasks with these little characters down at the bottom and on the sides, and what the yellow thing is. We can safely assume there will be at least 2 tasks in the vault, and I love the layout. I think it's a tremendous layout. We get a brief look at security here. It looks like there's going to be a couple tasks and maybe some cams, but that's about all we know. And then we get this hilarious visual of us trying to empty the trash in medical, and then as soon as the trash comes out, we do get a little bit more of a layout of what medical looks like, where it looks like it's actually just a waiting room. But if you look at the top, you can see there's actually a couple rooms to this, and that could be the medical treatment room up top. And you can also get a brief glimpse of storage in the corner as well. Moving on, we get our very first glimpse at the meeting room. That's right, the room where you're going to call the emergency meetings and such. Then quickly after that, you go down a set of ladders, or I guess it's one ladder, but you go down a ladder, and then you have this weird little transporting device that they call a shortcut, which seems really cool until you realize it only works one way. And if you're stuck on the opposite side, you could be stuck there for a while. It should also be noted that this is the gap room where you will have at least one task, and that is downloading data, as you can see kind of right behind there. So that's pretty cool. And I believe they also gave us a quick glimpse of the records room right at the beginning of that clip as well, which is one of the few places you'll be able to start in this new game. Speaking of new places you'll be able to start in the game, as opposed to previous games where you're all in the same starting point, you get to choose where you start, which is great until you realize that you're one-on-one with the imposter and he kills you. But aside from that, they showed us the 3 rooms are going to be the main hall, the records, and the engine room. And they've showed us brief glimpses, as I've mentioned, of the records hall. But now they're going to show us what the engine room looks like. And I think it's a very basic room for Among Us. There's not much going on there. This clip also kind of shows us a list of the various tasks we're going to have to do. One thing that kind of surprises me is the electrical reset breakers. There's 7 different tasks you have to do for that. That is going to be quite a bit. In addition, there's the Armory, which we have not seen yet. Besides a very early clip we got where it's by the cockpit. Other than that, we haven't seen what it looks like on the inside. We have not seen electrical, what that is going to look like, but there seems to be quite a bit. And we also haven't seen the lounge, which sounds really cool. I'm very curious. But it says clean toilet, so I'm not sure if that's like a bathroom or not. But definitely a lot of interesting new tasks. Then the final room we get to look at is the kitchen. Now, I'm willing to bet that there is going to be at least 1 or 2 tasks within the kitchen. I would be willing to bet that there would be something to do with the sink or with the knives or the something like that. I'm willing to bet. There's also a vent, which you will see come into play later. But I'm very curious about the hallway. The hallway intrigues me, why it would exist there. I'm very curious about the pictures on the wall, but we'll have to see what ends up happening here with the kitchen. Finally, I want to talk about this new death animation it looks like we might be getting. I think it's 110% better than what we have right now. I love it. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. Finally, I do want to talk about a little bit of mystery that I'm still trying to figure out. The impostor in this case looks like he's half bionic, half purple. Now, I don't know if that's something they just put together to make it more apparent that this is the impostor, or if that is a new skin that we are going to get, or if that is something where the imposters can only set themselves, or what. I'm not sure. The orange mustache is cool. I'm all for the orange mustache. If we could get that as an add-on, that would be very cool, instead of like a beak or whatnot. But we'll just have to see how this plays out. I don't want to go too much into speculation about how this new look might be, but I'm very curious about it, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching this breakdown video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment what you're excited for this new Among Us update, and we will see you in the next video. We out.